Today, December 10th, 2015, we're in Putnam, Connecticut, and I'm going to be demonstrating a powered trash rack cleaner used at a hydroelectric plant named MSC Hydro. This unit was designed by myself and a friend, a mechanical engineering friend, who did an awesome job. And it was manufactured here in Putnam by a company called Rawson DB Cotton right here in Putnam, Connecticut. So the unit travels along an I-beam. The I-beam has stiffeners to keep it from twisting. There's a shuttle on the unit, and it rolls along with cam followers. It has a boom that travels up and down. The boom is made out of a 5x3 inch tubing. In this particular installation, the trash rack is 18 feet long to the bottom. This unit probably could be made to go about 24 feet without a problem. You can see there's an electrical festoon carrying the power to the unit. And this was a very tight installation. You can see that the boom comes close to the roof up there. We actually had to chop off about 1.5 feet of roof. And that was primarily because the trash deck is very close to the building, and this beautiful stone arch that was built in the mid-1800s that is a historic value, so we didn't want to remove it. To show you some of the control features of the unit, which we still haven't entirely completed, but the boom is pulled up and down with a 1-ton chain hoist. The chain travels under an idler roller and then over a second idler roller down to the boom. There's a current limiter so that if on the way up you catch something that exceeds the weight limit, which for this unit is about 700 pounds of lift capacity plus the 700-pound boom, it'll stop the up motion if you hook onto the trash rack or a giant tree that might be down there. There's a 1-horse hydraulic power unit with flow controls and pressure relief valves to control how much pressure you want to put against the trash rack when you're coming up. The I-beam in this case was terminated against the stone wall with 6 bolts, anchors, and then grouted in. We still have the forms on the grouting. The boom housing has cam followers on the sides, as well as top and bottom cam follower support the tubing. And there's that secondary idler roll for the chain I was talking about. That chain goes over that and then connects down to the rake head. The rake head was designed similar to how a Gillette razor works. It can pivot in 2 different axes to follow the contour of the trash rack, which normally is pretty straight, but if there are any little perturbations in the rack, it'll track that. This plastic edge over here pushes up against the rack, peels the leaves and branches off and deposits them into the basket. And the brush sweeps up any remaining debris, as well as removes leaves off of the horizontal bars that connect the trash racks together. For example, these bars right here. So now we're going to do a demonstration. This unit travels 16 feet per minute, and so it takes about a minute for it to go down, and then about a minute for it to come back up. So right now the boom is being lowered with the chain hoist, releasing chain, and got about another 30 seconds till we get to the bottom. This plant originally was built in the mid-1800s, designed by a gentleman named Slater and his brother-in-law Wilkinson. the old shaver guy. And then in the 1955 or so, it was washed away in a big flood, and then it was rebuilt in the late 80s, put back online around 1990. It has 2 turbines and produces a total of around 500 kilowatts. So now we're at the bottom. We're going to boom in and then start booming in and up at the same time to keep the keep the trash rake head against the trash rack. So it's going to take a little while till we come back up. See the boom going up there, getting closer to the roof. This year, it's a little late right now for leaf season. There's actually no leaves on the rack during this demonstration. You can see the rake head now coming up, getting as it scrapes along the trash rack. And when it gets just hit the up limit switch, so I'm going to come under here so you can see how it dumps. Now it's booming in. That's in its dump position. We're going to put a basket right there that'll travel along with the rake. And you just simply boom out. And you're ready to start all over. After you move it over about 40 inches, that's the width of the rake head. Currently you push it horizontally to the next location. In the future we're going to motorize the horizontal motion and then also add a programmable logic controller which will totally automate the whole motion, so it'll basically be a step and repeat machine. The whole cycle there took about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So that's our demonstration. Have a good day.